I was working with a group of students today, and the research they were doing I think will benefit all of you. Their group is the Cabindans. So I just started by a regular web search, Cabindans. What I'm looking for here is to get to Wikipedia, see what comes up. So here we have the Cabinda province. I'm going to go ahead and open up this page. And you'll note, once again, this is Wikipedia. You cannot use Wikipedia as one of your sources, but Wikipedia is not a bad place to start. It is often written by people who are professionals, but there's still the chance that people haven't contributed content that's accurate. There's a chance that they haven't cited their sources like they should have. And you'll see that as we scroll down the page. One thing I want to note here, we're not looking at the Cabindans themselves, but it appears that Cabinda is a province. And we have it spelled with a C. We also have it spelled with a K. We also have it known as the Portuguese condos and the Chihuahua. Okay? Those might be useful terms for us as we go into our databases to search. So I would certainly record those so that I make sure that I'm getting all of the relevant information for this project. So the first thing I do when I start this kind of research, I just briefly read through and see, well, where's it at? The next thing I want to do is scroll down here and just kind of browse and see what the article has to say. It talks a little bit about Portuguese rule. This would be colonial rule, which many of you are encountering in your research. You'll see that there's colonial rule that's kind of set up ethnic conflicts. So this might be useful to return to when I'm looking at the history of my group. I'm going to keep scrolling down because what I'm really looking for here is an ethnic conflict. I'm at the very start of this project and I'm trying to figure out what kind of clashes have happened between this group and between other entities, whether that's another government, another ethnic group, or a multinational corporation, which is what we find here. One of the things that I'm finding here, the first thing, ethnic grounds for self-determination. Just by reading through this, it looks like there may be an issue with these people thinking that they need their own country and being denied that. So it appears that that's one of the issues. As I continue to scroll down, we've got recent history that we can look at, the peace deal. I noticed that there's July 2006. Apparently there was some kind of an altercation and then there was a ceasefire. Another thing that we noticed when we were looking at this group was that a lot of the articles that came up in the databases that we were searching, like Academic OneFile and EBSCOhost, had to do with oil companies. So this group was trying to decide what did they want to zero in on for their project. One of the things they considered was that they might talk about oil and how multinational corporations have come in and taken oil from this area, which has affected that ethnic group. So that was one thing they were considering. After looking at the issues that concern this cultural group, though, it looks like a richer topic for them to explore is about the Cabindans wanting to form their own country. And you'll notice here that despite the fact that they're related to other people in the province, the Cabindans developed a very distinct culture and distinct variants of the Kikongo language. It goes on to talk about how their cultural distinctness is one of their arguments that they should have their own country. Self-determination basically means they want their own country, they want to be able to govern themselves. One of the things that you should notice here is that there are citations needed throughout this article. And this is a good example of why you can't use Wikipedia. The information is presented there as fact, but there's nothing to back that up through citation. I can't go out and try to find out what sources they cited to get that information, which is really unfortunate. If you do find that information is cited, you can mine this resource. A lot of really good documents that are of academic quality are cited in Wikipedia, and it's always okay to mine the sources if they are there. But be cautious. Make sure you determine that the sources they've cited in text are credible. because you can't rely on Wikipedia to make sure that they are all credible, although they do a much better job these days than they did in the past. So if we decide that maybe we're interested in the ethnic grounds for self-determination, or the fact that that group basically wants their own country, that allows us to go into the academic databases, and now we can try to limit our searches to capture that information.